Good morning, everyone. It's the next day. Okay, I feel mentally much more better than yesterday morning, but physically a little bit problem. You can see by the look of my face. Yesterday, I don't know if you noticed, my eyes is red, and usually when that happens, it will go back to normal before the end of the day. It will go back to normal, but apparently this one still is red. But like, look at it. And yesterday, before I sleep, at the end of the day, my nose bled. I felt that liquid texture from my nostril. And the moment trying to find out what the heck was that, stuck my finger in my nose and found out it's a blood, that liquid rush. So maybe my body is heaty or some other reasons. But yeah, your greatest wealth is your health. Definitely true. But I'm still young. Since my childhood and teenage years, it's all about stress and a lot of overthinking mixed with some insecurity aspects to it. So on and so forth, which crafted me to become the person today. So it felt like I'm a little bit older than I am today. It's like I'm turning 20 this year, and it felt like I'm like 25 years old or something. But I hope not to think like that, because if you think you're older, then you will be older. I don't know, a man think it is, so is he, so you gotta be careful what you wish for. But with that all aside, yesterday, I got the wrong book. Oh no, it's right here. Yesterday before the night ends, besides my nose bleeding, but more lists of work came in. I realized there's a lot of things I want to do, and I just wrote it down. This includes everything about the YouTube game plan. That is my mom's device. So everything from the YouTube game plan is right there. Keep in mind, everything here, this is before college. Before my college even begins, I have a lot of work to do here. I have courses to attend to. And as for reading, so far, I have my Bible and the positive thinking book on the list. And there's a lot more. So life is getting busy, like I said. And the question is, would I be able to do YouTube while life is busy and I'm in college, making 4 to 5 figures? To me, it almost feels possible, but a little bit scared, like asking so much, like making 4 to 5 figures on YouTube while in college and life is busy. Scratch that, only like the sentence, making 4 to 5 figures on YouTube itself, it sounds scary enough to me, but not too scary. Do you get what I mean? Because like I've never seen my own success. How can I simply just put on a figure and start saying things that will not even be true based on my experience? It works for others. Even a friend of mine have made it, but like as for me, it's far from possible. So don't know where this will go. Anyhow, this is just a journal. If it works, it works. If it does not work, then we just move on. We are still in quarter 1, January of the year. We've all heard stories that YouTube will take like at least 2 years, 3 years, but it felt like that is long for me. In the next 3 years, I'm 23 years old. And at 23 years old, still trying to achieve this YouTube dream is a bit too old. A bit old, not too old. A bit old for me. Yes, some people start a channel later in their years, but I just want to satisfy my childhood dream, because I grew up in the era of YouTube. People start blowing up, all those OGs, watching them, getting inspired by them, and those are the eras where you don't really know how to actually grow. The YouTube algorithm is broken. Your videos only get pushed when you got a lot of views. Nowadays, it's much more advanced and easy to win on YouTube. Last time is so much difficult. Maybe that explains why also I never succeeded for 9 years on YouTube. Enough said. Let's get back to work. The clock just turned 7 o'clock, so 7 a.m. in the morning. Hey. It's the 9th of January. Excuse me. Alright guys, I have to change of plans. So the initial idea is to is to write down what I've learned or know. It turns out that is a wrong move to go. And writing down everything you know does not really help. So what I would like to change is to understand what I've know and learn about YouTube. Just understand. So basically it's like a textbook in school. You know, you have to go through what you have learned and really understand how to win or, you know, get things right. So with that, it's not about writing down, it's about understanding and revising what I've learned. I just want to recommend you guys someone. His name is Wano, and I highly recommend checking him out on X. He got a lot of free games out here. I'm telling you guys, his posts are way more better than any other gurus out there, honestly. And I've learned a lot from Wano itself, coming from his free resources. And he have this community group. It's called the Investors Kitchen. Maybe soon in the future, once when I really have money and not broke, so that I can join the Investors Kitchen. And I actually have many other communities I wanted to join, but just don't have the financial ability to do so. But yes, the reason why I'm showing you guys here is just to let you know that I cannot give as much value as I can, because this takes detailed understanding, proper self-education, and I'm not the right person to consult with on how to grow on YouTube, especially when I have never succeeded. But if you were to ask me at least something, the best I could say is you must understand the game of YouTube, alright? This is by Wano also, and I want to give you a rough idea of the game theory of the principal agent problem. There will be two parties. One is the principal and the agent. And so the principal, whose interests are affected by the action of another party, which is the agent. So what does this mean is that, let's say if you have something in mind, you need something to get it done by someone else. You are the principal and that someone else is the agent. So let's say if I have a video that needs to be edited and I need someone to edit my video, I am the principal and the video editor is the agent. Now both parties have interests. As the principal, I have an interest, and the interest is that I want my videos to be edited at a cheaper price and high quality work, right? And as for the agent's interest, the video editor is the agent. The video editor wants high payment and less work in terms of like less quality of work. They don't want to put as much effort. So this is the interest and information asymmetry. Like I said, I'm not the right person to talk about this because I am not very well versed in this. And I remind you to check out Wano, because this is what I've learned from his post. Because you don't know if the video editor is a good video editor or someone who works really hard. You don't know them, their intentions, the information, the hidden information that you as the principal don't know. So once you get the rough idea, you must understand the YouTube game, okay? Or the attention game, as Wano stated. Now, there is one resources, which is attention, and there are three players: YouTube, content creators, and advertisers. Every one of us are fighting for attention. Not fighting for, but needs the attention. Because attention is the new economy. I will just follow up with my notes so that I can explain rather than just trying to use my brain and come up something, you know? Just to avoid any confusion. So every player shares the same objective. Best case scenario is thrive and worst case scenario is survive. This can apply to any of us here: YouTube, advertisers, content creators. So two things make this game fun: the player interdependence. Without content creators, advertisers can't convert any attention and YouTube can't make money. And without advertisers, YouTube can't make money and has no incentive to help creators reach a large audience. Without YouTube, content creators and advertisers have no platform they can rely on for the infrastructure. That means players are obligated to find a balance where everyone wins, otherwise the entire system collapses and everyone loses. This is the most important rule in the attention game on YouTube. So there is like this symbiosis relationship. YouTube need advertisers, advertisers need YouTube, YouTube need content creators need YouTube. And as for content creators and advertisers, they have this indirect relationship, but they still do need each other. Without advertisers, we cannot get paid. So you need to understand the game. So what I think best is that you understand the game of YouTube and the history of YouTube. What made YouTube till this very day. And once you understand that, you can basically be successful on YouTube. But I cannot say that yet, that you will be successful on YouTube by understanding the game and the history of YouTube, because really I am not there yet. So anyhow, this is not some tutorial on how to make money on YouTube or become successful on YouTube. This is just a journal that I'm jotting down. And of course, there still need to be something said in the journal rather than saying, oh, I just need to understand what I know and what I learn on YouTube. And then we move on to the next plan, which is some research and analysis. I don't want to have my journal like that. With action, I will show you what I can, share what I can, and hopefully this helps, because really this YouTube game is very complicated. It's very detailed also. Talking about A/B testing, how you package your videos, the content that you make, the idea generations. There are types of content where you can upload daily, and other you need something creative. There are so many layers to YouTube. That's what I'm trying to say here. And this has become somewhat like a career at this point, you know. What I can say is it is a technological advancement for online jobs. Like if like making money online, this is something difficult to enter, you know. Like YouTube itself, if a beginner starts, it's not gonna be easy. It will take a very long time until you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. That is success. Making your first $100 on YouTube. And yeah, that's about it I can say. And I know I sound a little bit nervous, I sound a little bit confused and like almost at the point hopeless. I am confident, but it's just that I don't know. I've never seen the light at the end of the tunnel. I've never ever succeed on YouTube, so it's very hard to say for me. And I need to change that mindset, because I need to believe that I can do this. Even a friend of mine that have done it is like, I need to believe and change my mindset that it's not because he make TCG games, trading card games videos, because there are a very strong community when it comes to TCG, Hearthstone, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh and all that. At this level of detail when it comes to community, target audience and the market, it's a lot. And I think that is why it's very important to do research and analysis to see what market or blue ocean that we can tap into and start making our first $100. But first, we need to identify our resources, like we have here, our laptop, our internet, our phones, I guess tripods to make some video or contents or whatnot. I'm also a bit worried or like a little bit afraid, because I wanted to do a faceless channel instead. Why? Because I don't want to make content showing my face, because if I would do that, and let's say people will know me for that channel, so that will become my personal brand when it's not what I wanted. Let's say if my Roblox channel that I have right here, if I show my face and I make content and I somewhat became popular or become successful from here, people, fans, whoever will perceive me as this Roblox gamer, and that is not what I want to look at my description as. That is why I wanted to create faceless channels. And after learning about the history of YouTube, it's a bit scary for me to like start faceless channel. And yes, you've heard it, stories of successful faceless automation YouTube, yada yada yada. And remember, YouTube is not your friend, and you can get demonetized anytime, get copyright, and it's a war. It's like a war out there, you know. And it's crazy to think about it. All of my videos here, it's faceless. It's faceless, and it's only my voice, and the voice that I use is a hyperactivity Mr. Beast style voice. And I've made about 75 videos. Wow, that's a lot of videos. Look at that. I didn't know I created that much video. That's crazy. Okay, you know what? Let's not worry too much. Let's not stress too much. And let's not think too much. Let's keep up with the steps that we have made. Now, I'm going to identify the resources that I have. That includes channels that I have already created back then. If you don't know, I have tried to create different channels. This is one example. This is called ZenLit. I somehow got 2 subscribers. I've tried to get back with Call of Duty, because in my main channel, you have seen it, I've made thousands of views from Call of Duty Mobile itself, and I tried replicating it, and it turns out it failed. It literally duped, and I only got like 2 subscribers. And yes, I did not go all out as my main channel, but I was thinking about the competition, like iFerg, if I'm correct. Let's see if I can remember, like iFerg, Bobby Plays, and many other competitors out there. And iFerg is the biggest Call of Duty mobile player. Oh, and look, like me competing with iFerg, no chance. So look, at this moment I feel discouraged. Yes, I do really feel the discouragement, and it sucks. It sucks. It really does suck. This one is called Nomad Flare. This is a Roblox game about an open world survival called, I think it was Project Delta. And the videos are like 30 minutes to 1 hour, striving for resources by unaliving dumb survivors. Damn. You know, while I was doing these kind of videos, I felt a lot of discouragement. And looking back at it, I still feel that discouragement now also, because that is what's stopping me from succeeding. The competition out there, the saturation out there, and I've also got back the courage to create a new channel and start again. But then it happened again. Felt discouraged and lost the motivation to actually do YouTube, and it's like I almost gave up, by the way. But I couldn't give up, because this is like a burning fire in me, like my childhood dream to really be successful on YouTube, because this is the closest thing that you can come to passive income. And what I felt is like, if I don't make it, then I would fail in life. It's more like you are going to work at a 9-to-5 job and figure something out. And this is why I won't say that YouTube will be my career or my main income source or anything, because I've never been successful. I don't know what it's like to feel that career feeling, you know. So that's what I want to make clear here. And yeah, I did get a couple of 100 views. You may think it's good and it is something, but no, not really, because over time the views drops. And not only that, it's because there is no dedicated community for this game called Aftermath in Roblox. There is a community, and they may seem strong, but there is no attention to it. There is no trend, there is no long-term goal to it. That's what I'm trying to say, because everything is just, I don't know, it's not working. Let me give you an example if there's any other Aftermath creators, similar niche. Look at this. This is Project Delta. This is another YouTuber. He got 2,000 subscribers. Video average about 1,000 and above. This one have 5k, 11k, 3.8k, and I'm not sure if he's monetized. But let's try to click one of his video, like the most viewed, which is this one, 11k, the recent one 2 weeks ago.
0 to hero.
Okay, maybe, I don't know if he's monetized, honestly. Look, he's monetized. This is another Aftermath creator. I'll just remind you, Aftermath is a Roblox game, survival game, and look, his channel is monetized and averaging about 5,000 views per video. And I can see that he already achieved success from this. We are in the same niche. My videos and his videos are in the same content, the same niche, Aftermath. And I literally stopped here because I'm doing something wrong, definitely. So I'm going to try again. I'll see what I can do. This really sucks. This actually does suck. He have connection in the community where he can get access to all these kinds of loot and make content about it. And I can't. I cannot. I don't have. Like this one video itself, it took almost 3 hours to make, just to find good loot and find players to shoot at. So that guy basically have a competitive advantage, and I don't. Alright guys, so I was about to edit my journal. As you know, today I had a little bit of discouragement, feeling hopeless a little bit. Anyhow, I wanted to share something that after I took a nap, I rest because my eye is really strained, it's dry, and I feel a little bit drained. I really feel like there's no energy in me. So I had to like at least rejuvenate. That's the word, rejuvenate. So I took a nap, and after I woke up, I immediately Not immediately, actually. I just ate something, cool off a little bit. I went to read my Bible. Right after that, I read this book. And what I have to say is that the amazing thing happened, okay? Is let's get to the point. So I finished chapter 1 and I left it off from there. And as I continued in chapter 2, and guess what? Chapter 2 is about belief. And I was like, what? I didn't think much about it. It's like, yeah, it might be a coincidence and all, but after reading this chapter 2, I took down notes, by the way. Be a believer is equals to be an achiever. After reading through chapter 2, all I can say is God works in a mysterious way. Like, God truly listens and hears you. It's just right when I felt hopeless, discouraged, and I couldn't believe in myself that I could be successful on YouTube. All I had to say is just it was so beautiful, and I highly recommend reading this book, Positive, The Power of Positive Living by Norman Vincent Peale. Like, honestly, at the end of chapter 2, it was really powerful. It got me shivers down my spine, those goosebumps, you know what I mean? Because it's how incredible believing is, how powerful believing is, and the fact that Vincent Peale, he who preaches, we call it his friend Bob, as Vincent, who is the one preaches Bob about believing. At first, Bob does not believe in God, and then, long story short, he believed it because of Vincent, because he's with Vincent. With Vincent, by the way, it happened in a small church, and right after that, Bob did incredible things that Vincent himself, who preached about belief, that Vincent himself lacked the belief that what Bob is doing. An incredible story happened. I don't want to spoil it. Go read it by yourself. That's all I can say. There are a couple of notes that I've taken down, and I want to share. I want to share these to you guys. So let me just put my mic on my t-shirt. Right. The first one, I'll just read out for you guys. This is from the Bible, by the way. All things are possible to him who believes. Just a little bit of context. So, okay, all things are possible to him who believes. To him is representing Jesus. I'll give you context just so you can understand. It's basically that all things is possible. Everything is possible through Jesus Christ in what you do, which means all you do, everything is possible with God. This is what the verse said. Next one is the Proverbs. By the way, this is Mark chapter 9, verse 23. Next one is Proverbs 23, verse 7. Okay, very, very famous. For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. So you've heard it many, many times. Way before BC, way before Christ was even born, even the Roman Empire, Marcus Aurelius, he himself said it, that what you think has a powerful effect to yourself. Who you think you are is what you are. It is something I myself almost cracked the code, and I hope that one day I can really, really grasp this power of thinking what I am, who I am, and become who I said I was going to become. I believe in this, in this verse, in this meditation, and many of, I don't know what you want to say, scholars, scientists, physiologists, or sociologists, or whatnot, even said it. You get what I'm trying to say? Next one, let's go. And another one is Matthew chapter 17, verse 20. If you have faith as a grain of mustard seed, nothing shall be impossible unto you. I have not reached Matthew or Proverbs in my Bible reading yet, and I'm so excited until I reach there, because I just finished the book, the book of First Kings. I'm just entering Second Kings and just finding out the successor of Elijah, who is Elisha, if I'm correct. And there's a lot of, what do you call that, aura. Another word for aura is, what's that, confidence? Charisma by Elijah is incredible. Okay, but put that aside. Last but not least, I think I'll end the video right here. It's good enough, So last but not least, believe in people, don't use them. Replace negative attitudes with constant affirmation and optimism. Have faith that what you need will be given you. Get rid of low esteem. Believe in yourself. This may not make sense to you at the very moment, or especially those who are just new to this mindset shift, or new to self-educating, new to trying to become a different person, better person, to achieve success and all this and yada yada yada. That is why the solution is, I highly recommend self-educating yourself, reading books, listening to podcasts, listening to what other people has to say. Humble yourself. I tell you, when I did humble myself, so many beautiful stories, things, and miracles that happens. That's all I can say. I cannot show, I
don't know how to prove it. This is all testament, and sometimes testament, it takes a very strong faith and belief to really to feel it, to understand it. But that's all I have to say. I may still have a little bit of, call it, doubt or hopelessness if I go back start doing my YouTube thingy, but that's all I have to say. Okay, that is all for today's journal. What a day. I will edit this journal and see where it goes, because the last thing on my list for today is editing journal. Okay, see you guys.